Leo, how you all doing? This is your reading, love reading from 13 till 21 November. General sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. And if it doesn't resonate, you could also look at where your Mercury is, your communication in your chart, or your Venus for love. If you don't know what those things are, there's a link down below in the description that explains it to you. That it says free natal chart. Okay. For those of you that always support me, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to apologize for the fact that I haven't always been as, present as I would have liked to be. I only wanted to do readings for you, and I'm able to give you 100%. And for a while there, I wasn't. So, to those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I'm a intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. All right. So let's see. If you like my really fly thumbnails, which I know that you do because they fly, they are done by my best friend who is a graphic designer and social media manager. There's a link down below in the description for her. You can contact her directly. It says AC Digital Marketing Solutions. All right, so I'm going to draw for you from the Gilded Tarot. They're speaking. And then I'm going to clarify for you with the which should I use for you? The Deviant Moon Tarot, which is a deck I love so much. It was given to me by one of my clients, and initially I didn't actually like it very much. I felt it was a little bit dark, but sometimes we can find a lot of dark in the light. And when I was preparing for your reading, I was actually, reaching out for a different deck, and then somehow this one just sort of jumped out at me. So, actually, that's why I wasn't sure, because I reached for a different deck. I've got a whole lot of them. But then I found that I had this one in my hand. It was like, oh my goodness. So let's see what that's about. Right. So your overall energy at the bottom of your deck, actually, I have to tell you this is so amazing. You've got the Lovers, and this reading is focusing on love. So you have got for your overall energy, let me just move this. There is the Nine of Wands with that Lovers card. Actually more like the Lovers with the Nine of Wands. But this is you choosing a sort of connection, a person that you wouldn't ordinarily choose. This is not the sort of connection that you would normally go for. This is a little bit out of your league. This is what I'm hearing. And so nobody's really more surprised than you. That because I don't really feel that you've got a lack of options, really. I mean, you're a Leo, for goodness sakes. It's not exactly like there's a lack of options, but it's almost like there's a whole lot of candidates, if you want to call it like that, that would be willing to to share the cup of love with you, but you just really can't be bothered too much. You've got your heart set on a particular person that in actual fact you're kind of finding yourself quite surprised that you would be having your heart set on this person, because it's not like they're exactly falling into your arms. All right. And it's this is that sort of thing in life where we sometimes want something just because we can't actually have it. There's a whole lot of hope that you've got riding on this sort of situation where this person can kind of drive you crazy, and generally people don't really like that. But it's almost like you are more determined than ever. To you, I'm going to clarify that, but in your mind, this is a sort of done deal. This is going to happen. Either way, you're going to make it happen, This is a, I kind of hear that song of Whitney Houston in my mind, love will save the day type of thing. You're convinced this is going to work out, like in your mind. And I just saw now in the time as well that it was like 444, which is like your stability. This is your person in your mind. Okay. Recent energy, or what brought you to where you currently are, is the Queen of Pentacles. Which is nice because this is a hard-working individual. And I feel that it's almost like they inspire you to aspire to more. So it's almost like they bring the best out in you. They really motivate you to shine. And yeah, you realize that they are good for you. All right? Knight of Swords, the way you're pursuing them is like nobody's business. And so there's the current energy, and what's going forward, what's coming towards you. You may realize that you might need to alter your plan. I know that you might not like to hear that, but you may need to alter your plan. I'm not saying it's a bad plan. In fact, it's a very good plan. It's a very good plan. But you may need to tweak it just a little bit. All right? Things may not go exactly the way that you foresaw them, and I do get a feeling that you might have the same sort of plan with somebody different, because let's think about it like this. Initially, you needed to be inspired. You were maybe a little bit low on your sort of, personal energy. Like your natural juju was a little bit low, okay? And so, and sometimes we get so stuck in a situation that we don't realize that it's actually time to move on from there. So in this particular setup, the way that things might have been, you sort of needed a bit of a kick. All right, you needed that push, and I feel that in a sense, this person don't actually, maybe they do, but they don't sort of realize the impact that they have on your life. Maybe they just wanted to have fun, and you happen to be there. I'm sorry to say that, but I don't really feel that they came to you with a sort of like, you are my sunshine, you are my only sunshine type of thing. And this might have really kind of, taken you a little bit by surprise. Like, what do you mean that you're not falling for my, ever incredible sort of charm? And so it's almost like you started to really look at your life, and you got to see that you may not be as together as you actually thought that you were. And so where you are right now, there's a real sort of motivation to really sort of, sort yourself out, because yes, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you could have also found yourself having feelings for someone that you really shouldn't be having feelings for. And so that goes forward with that Page of Swords there in your immediate future, what's coming towards you. In the going forward, you're very much going forward, but very much soon before long, you're going to have to sort of make a choice. Otherwise, you may find yourself in a situation that you don't really appreciate finding yourself in. Okay? Let's clarify. And maybe that explains why we are using the Deviant Tarot, because this is about seeing light in a situation where before you may have only seen dark. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. There's a card that overturned here. I'm not going to take it out, but I'm going to let you know what it is. It's the Seven of Swords. Okay? So the Seven of Swords overturned as well inside the deck. It didn't fall out, but it overturned, and I'm letting you know that. So Three of Pentacles. This is for our overall energy, where we currently are. Let's see what else we have. The door's getting closer, Leo. Leo's my cat. Actually, it's my flatmate's cat, but it's both our cat. It's the cutest little thing ever. If you look at some of my other videos, you may see him there. He normally makes these pop-ins. So, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Six of... what is this? Oh, Six of Cups and the King of Cups. One more card. Okay. Oh, there it just came out right away. So it was definitely meant to be the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. So Lots of strong energy happening over here. And also, if you have noticed so far, apart from that Lovers card that came out, you know, initially, you know what I said, it was on top of the deck, all the rest of the cards are sort of minor arcanas. It's like you're not really in your full strength here, you know, at a particular point in time. You may not quite realize what you have, and it's a very good thing sometimes when we're at this point, you know, and this is where tarot can really help you sometimes, because sometimes we're scared of what the tarot reader is going to tell us, but you might not realize how good you're having it. And when we don't realize how good we're having it, sometimes we can go about the business of losing what we have without even realizing it. We only realize it in retrospect when it might be too late. All right, so I'm just going to show you these cards. You see what I mean about beautiful artwork? It's quite amazing. It's like photographs and art and graphics and stuff together. Six of Cups and King of Cups, and Queen of Cups in reverse. So, supporting the new start, the new beginning. There's a definite new sort of start over here. You might be, you know, a little bit out on your shine here at the moment. Okay, but with Eight of Cups here, you're also in the potential of moving away from them. I feel that, you know, there's great potential here for you. Even though we're talking about love, this goes in like a life direction, but you never really know what the cards are going to do. You know, but it's like you're sort of stepping away from a previous version of yourself, you know, because there's sort of like a sculpting happening here at the moment. In a sense, it's almost like you're kind of busy saying goodbye to this, I don't know, person you kind of put on this sort of pedestal. You know, maybe you needed that to boost your ego there for a while, but I don't know. It's almost like, in a sense, like maybe the situation could be a little bit toxic. It's not a healthier setup, all right? And you're beginning to realize that because there's a bit of a peril vibe going on here, where you're realizing that, you know, what you have. There's quite a lot of potential that could be built from what you have. Maybe even something in entertainment. There is you here currently realizing that you're going to have to either make a full commitment, and I don't want to sound like I'm the bearer of bad news, but I have to give you the honest truth. Your person might have started to kind of move away, because how do I put this to you gently? I'm just going to tell you. They sort of sick and tired of playing the second sort of person in this connection, you know, because remember this Queen of Cups in reverse. So King of Cups was just before that, and then the Queen of Cups was in reverse. The person who might actually really be your person, and you may not have realized that this was your person, they kind of done with you, you know. They sort of done with you. So you might want to pay very close attention to this reading if this resonates with you. All right. Let's look at this Queen of Pentacles in the recent past. So this person that's stepping away from you, you know, the Queen of Cups there, which is all about emotions and expressions and how that relates to others. With the Queen of Pentacles there in your recent past, this was sort of the person that was your person, you know. When you looked at them, they brought a lot of light into your life. And you know, with the Queen of Pentacles, and Pentacles is very much about manifestation, and, you know, in this world, materialistic things, they were good for you. You know, they were, I'm just trying to get the right words here. They were beneficial to you, materialistically beneficial to you, you know. this is not exactly the kind of person that you really, kind of want to let go. Okay, turned around, 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and then the 10 of Wands. So I don't really feel that you kind of saw the potential of this person so much. It was, you may not have been with somebody else, but I don't really know if you were 100% with them so much. Ever really? It could have also been that, that they were sort of like, for lack of a better plan, they were beneficial. And there's a lot of emotional baggage in this situation. And I feel that you sort of, and which is wonderful, you're really starting to get your things together here. Maybe you're not talking about it so much, but you really started to release the past here. You started to let the past go. You realize that you can't really go on like this. You kind of like, self-destructing here. And yeah, you began to realize how you're not really doing yourself any favors here. If this is in a love connection, again, I will never tell you what to do, but you may not really want to let this go. This is good for you. This is a good setup, So I should draw another card, and then a card just came out right away, which is the Page of Swords, which is a card that has been kind of almost like looking at me the whole time when I was doing the overall energy, but then I already drew so many cards, so it decided to present itself again. This is you realizing you're going to have to make some decisions, because this is almost like when we realize in this particular setup that we have over here, there with the 8 of Swords and the Moon sort of like sucking out the mind over there, the 2 of Wands doing the groundwork, the 10 of Wands seeing that full moon over there, and then with the Page of Swords having that tiny little bit of moon over there. You really beginning to see the wood for the trees here. And that is that you could be out on your luck when it comes to this connection. And you may still be with the person. It's possible. But things are not like the way they were before. You're with somebody that's prioritizing themselves now instead of trying to sort of kind of, keep on pulling you up again. And this is all sort of in the recent past. Okay, so with the Knight of Swords where we currently are, this is you really jacking up your game. You're really jacking up your game here, because let's just call a spade a spade. Your game has not been jacked up for a while. Okay? Remember, it is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't send me comments to let me know how horrible I am. The Lovers. Ace of Swords. This is actually quite beautiful. A little tragic, a little sad. This is such heavy energy. Okay. Whole hand of cards coming out there. So, this Lover's card, this is where you currently are. This could be a third-party situation, which is not normally what the Lovers will represent, but if you look at it in this card, there's a very sort of a passionate embrace there, but there's also sort of like a snake there biting on the heel. I feel that you're getting a lot of clarity about a situation here. It could have been a third-party situation. I feel that you actually the one that might have sort of stepped out of line. And realizing now that maybe this other person just really sort of used you. They were just really there for the good times. feel almost like they might have been jealous of what you have. And this is like leading somebody on with never really having the intention of actually ever being with them, you know. Their plan was basically to gaslight you all along. Let's just call a spade a spade. I know it sounds terrible when you say that, but that's the simple truth. They were gaslighting you right from the start. This was almost like a very selfish character. This is a very dark sort of Leo energy. So you could actually, you know, you could be dealing with a maybe a very sort of hurt, dark, even spiteful sort of like Gemini energy over here. It could be Virgo energy, that I feel. It could also even be, you know, another Leo. Generally, we think that maybe Scorpio, but I know Scorpios, please don't hate me, but this is not a Scorpio energy that's happening over here. Ace of Swords, you're beginning to see, you're really getting some clarity here, like your head is reeling the way that you're getting clarity. 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. So you're really beginning to see how royally you messed up here. You sort of created a very bad situation here. And it's you realize that it has to come to an end now, that you're seeing the light. I'm just not sure if this person that you are with is prepared, or your person you're dealing with, your actual person, you know, not the gaslighter. I'm not really quite sure. It's almost like they want to give you one last chance, but there's also a very strong influence there that says, you know what, not worth it. Not be over though. I don't really sense that it's fully over. It's weird. Normally when you have a situation like that, you know, you'd be like, listen, my brother, my sister, this is a done deal. This is not a done deal. Again, yeah, that's today's song. This is no ordinary love. Because you're very in it now. It's almost like you are everything that your partner wanted you to be all along. Let's see what's coming towards you. 7 of Swords. Now you need to stop this nonsense right now. This is that sort of Leo energy that we sometimes get like, oh, we were so terrible. I'm such a horrible person. I don't deserve anything good. I deserve to suffer. You need to stop that nonsense now. You need to stop it. Okay? Yes, it's good to admit that you've made some mistakes, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a complete martyr now. Alright? Okay, so 7 of Swords, that's that energy. Be mindful of this. Please, 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 please be mindful of this. Then you've got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands was underneath the Queen of Swords. It's a much better way of doing this. This is an opportunity for you to show up, to be humble, to really work at things. And with the 5 of Wands, which is wonderful, because you're getting clarity about what it is that you really want to have, which is a wonderful thing. Just be mindful of not going into that space of like, you know, poor me now. All right? And if that resonates, you're more than welcome to like, share, comment, and subscribe there. And then I'm finishing off your reading with, I did the other readings with oracle cards, but I got a feeling that I have to get a motivational card for you, which is this beautiful deck by the gentleman called Mike Dooley, Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. So I'm drawing your card from there. Let's see what it says. 2 cards, okay? You know what to do. You know what to do. And it says, in all battles of heart over the mind, go with your heart, because truly it is a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind. My goodness, I couldn't have said it myself. I couldn't have said it better. A whole lot. Not that I don't love your mind, because you've got a beautiful mind. And then just there, if they once loved you, they still do. My goodness. And it says, Thanks for every single time you ever fell in love, whether it was obvious, whether it didn't last, or whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything, because love always does. Okay? So even though this connection might have been a mistake, you know, from what we have in the reading, it still doesn't mean that it's wasted love. So it's, you know, even though it might be time to wrap it up and to move on, the positivity that that feeling in the heart sends into the world, that in itself is still not wasted. Okay?